often in life, we are trying to change things. So we have a current set of results. So this could be anything. This could be the amount of money that we're making, or the kind of relationships that we have, or certainly if you work in a company, we're working on technical problems, or we're trying to get more clients, or we're trying to improve service. Whatever it is, we have a current level of results. You can think about this in any aspect of your life or your work. Okay. And all the time we're trying to say, hey, I want to reach a new goal. I want to move from where I'm at now to something new. I want to improve. And the natural way that almost everyone tries to make these changes is we start prescribing the different actions and behaviors, the things that we should do differently. Okay, so whether that's, okay, these are the new skills I need so that I can reach that goal. And these are the new things I need to do. This is the new process that we need to put in so that we can adjust these things in the right way. And those things aren't bad, okay? But they kind of neglect some other things when we only talk about the new behaviors, the new actions that we need to take, okay? And it neglects that mindset, as you can see in the diagram. And I just want to share a quote that I really like. This is talking more in particular about like organizational change, but I think it's just as true about personal change. Okay, so no matter what you're trying to look at. And this is from the McKinsey Research Group, huge consulting firm that does a lot of research and consulting. And they said half of all efforts to transform organizational performance fail, either because senior managers don't act as role models for the change, or because people in the organization defend the status quo. Okay, and that status quo, that thing that we need to defend. So almost always when a company is trying to go through an organizational change effort, they're doing a great job of defining, here's the new things, here's the new actions and behaviors. But the reason we want to defend the status quo is because we're neglecting the mindset, actually changing how we're thinking about the improvement that we need to make. Okay. And this is true in our personal lives too. If I want to make a change, sometimes I don't know how many times I've tried to make adjustments in my exercise or eating habits over the course of my life, right? And if I just prescribe, okay, I'm going to do this many push-ups or this many minutes of exercise every day, that's one thing. But if I don't think about the reason why and the motivation and my mindset behind all of that, as soon as I come up against a serious obstacle, then I stop. Okay, so I'm neglecting the mindset in a personal change effort there. So same idea. Okay, so if we can then instead shift our mindsets, how we think, how we feel about the challenges and the opportunities that we have in life, then the actions and behaviors kind of follow along almost like a tether. Okay. So this is just kind of and it becomes a stronger foundation. It's much more sustainable change when we do that. So just to give you a couple analogies of mindsets and how we can view them and what they can mean. I think about mindsets all the time as in thinking about a lens through which we see the world, how we see our challenges, how we see our opportunities. And a negative or a bad mindset is a scratched up and unfocused lens. Okay, or it's not the right prescription, and in some ways it's going to create more problems with your vision than create good things that go on. Versus a positive mindset is one that we can see clearly. It's not a distorted picture. We're seeing the truth about our opportunities and the people that we interact with. Okay, another way to look at it, maybe a lot of times I think about mindsets is like a computer program or an operating system too, inside of our heads. And we have inputs that come in our life, and our mindsets are kind of that filter that operating system moves through, and an output. Now, there would be a problem if you guys were trying to write some code and you typed in an A on your keyboard and you got a P instead. That would be a problem. That would be a virus that would be causing that. And sometimes when we have bad mindsets, we have an input that turns into an output that is not correct. It's that distortion we talked about with the lenses. And you can even be giving the right inputs, but with the wrong mindset, get the wrong output. And we don't want that. So, and the change of mindsets, it's a lifetime pursuit. Okay. Drastic change is not going to happen overnight. I've been working on doing mindset development and training for years, and I still have a lot of work to do. But if we can just make the decision, okay, to move the needle, sometimes these really small changes can actually have some great effects. And what we're really doing is we're improving and changing the neural connections in our brains and rewiring our brains a little bit. And so some small actions, when done consistently, can help us react positively in the future.